Okay, let's try to do another one. Find the Maclaurin series for f of x equals to cos x. In other words, finding the Maclaurin series of cos x based on Maclaurin series of sin x. So we've done the Maclaurin series for sin x, it is that one. This is the Maclaurin series expansion of sin x, and then this is the power series expression, if you like. So we are supposed to find the Maclaurin series for cos x this time based on the knowledge of power series or Maclaurin series of sin x. So let's just write down the power series expansion of sin x, and then we'll see what we can do to get the Maclaurin series expansion of cos x. So we know the power series expansion is that one of sin x. So let's just write down here in the bottom. This is Maclaurin series of sin x, which we can rewrite as general form as simply x over 1 factorial, and then positive and then minus. Okay, this is to the power of 1, and then this is to the power of 3 all over 2 factorial, 3 factorial, and then plus x to the power of 5. I don't know if you can see that, x to the power of 5 over 5 factorials, and then negative alternating, x to the power of 7 all over 7 factorial, and then plus dot dot dot. This is indicating we have a alternating sign, okay, positive, negative, and so on. And then we also know that the power series expression of sin x in this case is given in the highlighted here. Sin x, sorry about that. Let's write down what is our power series expression for sin x, which is x to the infinity, x to the power of 2n plus 1 x to the power of 2n plus 1 times negative 1 to the power of n all over 2n plus 1 factorial. That's the information that we have. This is the power series expression of sin x based on the Maclaurin series. Okay. Now, in order to find the Maclaurin series for cos x, okay, based on Maclaurin series for sin x, which is that one, we can, if you want one way at least, is to take the derivative. Okay, so we just have to take the derivative. Take the d of dx of this thing. Okay. At the same time, taking the derivative of this thing on the right hand side. D of with respect to x of terms on the right hand side. This is dx. Okay, so we know that the derivative of sin x is simply cos x, and this is already Maclaurin series, by the way. We have done the steps. Okay, all of this is already Maclaurin series for sin x, and therefore we will get the derivative. Okay, if we take the derivative, we get cos x. Okay, derivative of sin x, we get cos x, and therefore we get the Maclaurin series expansion of our cos x. So yeah, cos x will be equals to, well, simply be the derivative of x with respect to x is simply be 1. Okay, and then 3 times, okay, negative 3 times x to the power of 2, okay, over 3 factorial, which you can write down as 3 times 2, okay, factorial. And then the next one is 5 positive 5x to the power of 4 divided by 5 factorial, which is the same as 5 times 4 factorial. And then the next one is negative 7 x to the power of 6 over 7 factorial. I'm going to write as 7 times 6 factorial plus dot dot dot. So now we can start cancelling some things. So 3 can get cancelled with that one, 5 can get cancelled with that one, or 7 can get cancelled with that one. And then we can summarize, okay, the Maclaurin series of cos x based on the Maclaurin series of sin x is simply b1 minus 1 minus x squared over 2 factorial, okay, and then positive x to the power of 4 all over 4 factorials, and then negative again, negative x to the power of 6 divided by 6 factorial. We can say that this is 0 factorial, by the way, because 0 factorial is also 1. So you can see we have patterns appearing, okay, dot dot dot. So we can now try to shorten, okay, the expansion. So we have positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, okay. So again we will have a alternating series, okay, notation, which we are going to find out very soon. Either it is negative 1 raised to the power of n, or no, negative 1 raised to the power of n plus 1. N plus 1 for the alternating sign. Okay, this is just making the sign positive, negative, positive, negative. Let's try to find the patterns first of all. So our function cos x, okay, the first one is 1, okay, and then it's basically, you can say if this is as 1 times x, yeah, 1 times x to the power of 0, okay. So the first power set notation will be, okay, obviously x, okay, and then raised to the power, looks like raised to the power of 2n, okay, because this is our first terms, okay, this is n equals to, yeah, this is n equals to 1, and then this is n equals to 2, but this is actually n equals to 0, and then this is n equals to 1, and then this is n equals to 2, like that. So we can say that we have x to the power of 2n, okay, and then in here will become also 2n factorial. I mean, if this is to the power of n, then this becomes n factorial. However, if it is 2n, then we have 2n factorial. You can see here 2 factorial, 4 factorial. See, 2n factorial, like that. So I think that's the patterns, okay. And then if you want, you can check again, starting from n equals to 0, okay, 2 to the power of 0, so become 1, okay? X to the power of 0 is 1, this is 0 factorial is 1, so we simply have 1, yeah, x to the power of 0 is simply 1. So we have 1 as the first term here, and then the next term is x squared over 2 factorial. So if we put the next term is 1, so x squared, x to the power of 2 times 1, x squared, 2 factorial, so that's 2 factorial. So I think this is correct, and now we just have to find the alternating sign. Let's say the same plus 1 is negative 1 raised to the power of n. Let's check first, okay, and n equals to 0, the first term, negative 1 to the power of 0 is 1, Okay, that is correct. This is positive basically. So this is positive, right? Positive 1. And then if n equals to 1, so negative 1 times 1 raised to the power of 1 is very negative. So this is negative. The second term is negative. And the third, okay, the 2, yeah, n equals to 2. Negative 1 times 2 is positive. This is positive. Okay, 2. So basically negative 1 to the power of 2 is simply 1. Okay, and then this is become x to the power of 4. N times 2 times 2 is, and then 2 times 2 is factorial, 4 factorial, and so on. Okay, so now we have the final formula or final expression of cos x, okay, in terms of power series. Okay, so this is the Maclaurin series expansion, Maclaurin series expansion of cos x. Okay, we just write down the power series expansion into the short terms of sigma, okay, x to the 2n negative 1 raised to the power of n. The second way to find the Maclaurin series of cos x based on the sin x is you can also do a direct derivative, okay, of the sin x. So we have here, okay, the derivative of sin x will be cos x. So we can say here d of dx of sin x equals to d of the derivative of whatever on things on the side, okay, inside the sign infinity. We only interested with the x to the 2n plus 1, okay, multiply by negative 1 to the n, which is essentially a constant, and then 2n plus 1 factorial. So we are going to take the derivative of everything on the right hand side here, but we are only interested with x, so we are only interested with this term, okay, and then this is a constant. We can take the constant out, okay, or leave it, okay, and then this is also sigma. This is not relevant. So the derivative sin x will be, let me just bring this thing down first. Derivative of sin x is simply be cos x, okay, and we are going to take the derivative of x to the power of 2n minus 1 raised to the power of 2n plus 1. We're going to bring the 2n plus 1 in the front just like any other derivative. So we have 2n plus 1. First of all, 2n plus 1 times x times 2n plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. That's the power, and then maintain the minus 1, maintain the negative 1 to the n, and then here we have 2n plus 1 factorial. I'm going to write down it as 2n plus 1 times 2n, basically one number below 2n. This is 2n minus 1 plus 1. The number next one is just 2n factorial. So this is, if I don't know if you remember, 8 factorial equals to 8 times 7 factorial, which is one number below 8 is 7. And the same thing here, one number below 2n plus 1 is simply 2n, okay, factorial. This one number below 8 is 7 factorial. 8 factorial equals to 8 times 7 factorial. Same thing here. So now we of course can then cancel 2n plus 1 with 2n plus 1, and then here 2n plus 1 minus 1 is simply be 2n. So the cos x G1 is equals to x to the power of 2n time minus 1 to the power of n all over 2n factorial, which is the same as we calculated before. See this one. Alright, thank you.